Hello, how are you? Look, the green screen is actually, I'm not sure if this is the green screen that's messing up my hair, if my hair is just in bits because of the COVID break. So, hello everyone. Thank you for joining me. If you are joining me, if you're not joining me, then what are you going to do about it? My name is Simon Scriver. You are maybe watching this on Twitter or LinkedIn or Facebook or YouTube or at fundraisingeverywhere.com/TV, wherever you're watching it. Thank you very much for joining me. So what is today? I don't know. Let me just get this sorted first. Okay. So what is this? This is a few things to go through. So this is my 2.6 challenge. If you don't know what the 2.6 challenge is, it is because of London Marathon being cancelled and because of all sorts of fundraising events for charities being cancelled, people doing their own fundraising challenges within their own home or whatever the hell they're doing. So I'm doing this. I'm raising or trying to raise money for Making Connections. If you don't know Making Connections is an amazing charity that I used to sit on the board for. If you check out makingconnections.ie, you will see them. And if you want to donate to me, you'll see wherever you're watching this, you should probably see a link somewhere for my fundraising page on I Donate. So you can come and donate to Making Connections. And Making Connections are amazing. What they do is they kind of like a befriending service. They'll match up volunteers to go and visit usually older, vulnerable people who maybe don't get many visits in the week, maybe don't get any visits in the week. So maybe they don't have family, or maybe their family don't have time to visit them. And so they get these volunteers, and these volunteers go and spend time with these older ladies and gentlemen, and they do really cool stuff. And one of the things I really loved about it was a two-way relationship. That it wasn't just the older people who would gain so much from it, from getting these visitors and from spending time with a younger volunteer, but even the volunteers would be learning how to do things that they didn't necessarily how to do. They would be learning from the experience of these older people. So it was a really mutually beneficial thing. Obviously, it's been massively impacted by COVID-19 because people can't be visiting people, but they're still doing so much to still trying to deliver things, still trying to help people, and still trying to keep that contact going up, because we know that isolation, we know that loneliness can have such a negative impact on people's mental health and then their physical health. So they're an amazing charity. I love them. Please do go ahead and donate at makingconnections.ie or at my fundraising page if you see the link. I want to thank a couple of people who've already donated to me. So thank you very much to Rachel Gilliland and Aisling O'Donoghue, who both have already made a donation to me. So that's cool. I'm trying to get up. I've set my target at 250 euros. Let's see how we do. But we're already at 50 euros. So come on, let's do it. Make a donation. Okay. So what we're doing today is I am taking you around Dublin. Woo! So this is Dublin. We will be taking the street view tour of Dublin because, I'm not really supposed to be outside. And this is just a nice, easy way to do it, isn't it? So we are walking from the Three Arena, which I'll show you now. Here is the Three Arena, just about here. There it is. You might have known it, depending how old you are, you might know it as the O2. And before that, it was called the Point Theatre. It's like our big music venue. So this is where we're starting, and then we're going to be walking all the way up to Stephen's Green. I'm going to be showing you some of the sights around Dublin as we do it. My history and my knowledge are very, very limited, so don't expect to learn too much from this. But let's see how we go. And maybe I'll show you some hidden gems of Dublin that you wouldn't see on other tours, but I'll show you some places that have maybe been significant in my time in Dublin. If you're joining me for this, then please do take part. If you want, you can comment, you can reply on whatever social media you're watching this on, and the comments will come through to me and we'll chat it. If you want me to go off track and go visit anything for you around Dublin and show you a little bit about it, then I'm happy to do that. You can guide me through this Dublin journey as well. But just do kind of let me know that you're there and that this is coming through okay, because, don't you want to see a bit of Dublin with me? Of course you do. Okay, so let us begin. Are you ready? Let me just see what's happening on LinkedIn. LinkedIn is stupid in that the comments don't come through to me properly. But yeah. So this is the 3 Arena. I'll show you. This is the 3 Arena right here. Let's walk past this guy who seems to be wearing quite a heavy jacket for such a sunny day, but that's okay. And then this woman who looks like she's about to fall down. That's fine. We're going to go down here. And this, let me show you. This is the 3 Arena. Now, the thing about Google Street View is it's usually a bit out of date in that the the photos are taken way before, or sometimes a little bit before. And what's been happening down this end of Dublin, this is like one end of the Liffey. This is the famous River Liffey, if you know the River Liffey. Down this end, they've been building more and more stuff. So this is like my neighborhood. I live around here, and it was kind of all quite derelict-y and lots of abandoned buildings and lots of nothingness. Basically, all we really had down here was the 3 Arena, this music venue, or this like big concert venue. And they started building more and more stuff around there, like cinemas and stuff. And now all these office buildings have popped up. People like Salesforce and just various companies with obnoxious amounts of money are now building all these buildings down here. See this tall building here? I think Bono owns it. I might have just made that up, but I actually think like U2 had some stake in that or something like that. So that's just shot up in the last year. Most of these buildings have just shot up in the last year, so it's gotten crazy around here. And then obviously this COVID-19 stuff has come along, which has put a Spaniard in the works for everyone. And suddenly, these buildings are sitting here. Some of them are still being built. There's still construction going on around me. But what's going to happen long term? Who the heck knows? We don't know. So let's take our walk down. Where I'm going to be taking it is I'm going to be taking it down the Liffey. And I love the Liffey. It's beautiful. I'm going to show you some of the bridges along the way, and we're going to have a look around. I'm going to be walking down the middle of the road for this tour. I don't recommend you do that. When this travel ban gets lifted and you come to Dublin, I do not recommend that you walk down the middle of the road of Dublin, but that's okay. So the 3 Arena, I've seen many, many wonderful musicians here. People like Fleetwood Mac, people like Bob Dylan. I've seen some Andrew Lloyd Webber musicals here. I'm a big fan of Andrew Lloyd Webber musicals. Seen them there, and it's been great. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a little jaunt, a little stroll down Dublin. Isn't that lovely? Usually it's raining in Dublin, so this is nice. This is nice that we've got a sunny day for my fundraising walk. And don't forget, this is a fundraiser, so please do check out my fundraising page at I Donate. You should see the link on whatever social media platform you're watching this on. But if you struggle to find a link, then just send me a message and I'll put it out there again. So we're going down. So look, there's that tall building, which I think is like offices and probably some apartments in that. I'm pretty sure U2 have a stake in that, but maybe someone can correct me if I am wrong. And as I say, this is kind of my neighborhood. So this is what they would call North Dock, which is just on the north side of the Liffey, obviously. Basically, if you don't, have you been to Dublin? Have any of you been to Dublin? Are any big Dublin fans? So the thing about Dublin is it's split down the middle. There's the River Liffey, which cuts through the middle like a vein. And on the north is the north side, obviously, and on the south is the south side. They have pretty different vibes. But we are starting on the north side of the Liffey today, and we're going to be crossing over. We're going to be crossing over one of the bridges. But at the moment, we're walking down here. So actually, you could get to my house down there. But no, I would normally take the road afterwards. I'm obviously not going to show you where I live because that would be a bad idea. So we'll stroll down, see these Dublin bike stations. If you're interested, we got these a few years ago. These free, not free, these like short-term rental bikes that you can just go and you tap your card and you take one of the bikes. They're amazing. I use them all the time. And look, this is actually, I think, one of the trucks that relocates some of the bikes. Who's this? What's this person doing? This person's going for a little run. God, it's busy along the quays today, isn't it? Remember when, hey, these two guys look exactly the same. Let's see what they're doing. Oh my God. Look at these dudes. Oh my God, they're twins. Twinsies. Oh my God, they disappeared. Are they hidden behind the bus? I hate when they disappear like that. Okay, anyway, come on, let's go back down. Let's carry on our walk. Otherwise, this is going to take fucking ages, isn't it? And let's stroll. I get easily distracted. So yeah, even here, look, there's all these, see all these buildings under construction, and some of these would be way past this now. They've been building them so quickly. When I moved into East Wall, which is the area around here, when I moved in, it was like there was like a couple shells of buildings. They looked like car parks, which hadn't been finished. And since then, just all these buildings have popped up. So we're going to stroll around into Dublin. What's your favorite part of Dublin? Please do comment and let me know. I'd love to know. So if we go down here, what we can see is, I mean, it's just a cracker of a day, isn't it? Look at this. The Liffey just looks so beautiful. Actually, the Liffey looks quite high. It gets pretty low sometimes, and like at the moment, it looks like it's about to overflow here. When was this taken? September 2019 is when we're looking at footage from, or when we're looking at photos from. So that's interesting. So it was a lovely day. We usually get a good September in Dublin. So down here, no. Oh my God, I'm lost. Oh yeah, it's the next one. Sorry. Look at this thing. This thing is like a water. I think it's something to do with water, or maybe it's something to do with electricity. See how useless this tour is going to be? This is the standard that this tour is you're gonna find on this tour. This is like a water or electricity place or something, but they've like made it look disco-y and shiny, and actually I quite like it. So it's not quite an eyesore in the middle of the street. It's actually it's a bit shiny and lovely. I like it. So if we carry on down, look at this guy. What's he doing there? He is just chilling out. Yeah, working hard. Back in the days. Do you know what's weird? None of these people knew, right, that COVID-19 was coming. None of them. Look at them. They're all blissfully happy. Look at this guy. What's he doing? In his red trousers. In his red trousers, blissfully unaware that this time, that in like 9 months, he won't be able to leave his house. Yeah. Scary, isn't it? Okay. So if we go down now, look, this is the new, see this monstrosity of a building here, this weird golden building. This is the new central bank. So this is really close to my house. So to get to my house, you go down here. Here, let me take you onto the corner. If you wanted to visit me, or if you were going to visit me, I'm down that road. So, you know, just next time you're visiting, just keep in mind, you turn at the central bank. So if you were getting the airport bus would drop you just here. Look, this guy's just back from the airport, isn't he? What's he doing? Wheeling his little suitcase. Fair enough. Okay, but here's the central bank. You can see it's there. They've got like almost like a wannabe museum in the corner of it around money. And that they only just moved here, a few months ago. So it's really close to me. And that's been part of why there's suddenly this boom around this area. It's from, you know, central bank, and then the money follows. So there we go. So let's have a look. We'll carry on down. We're going to keep carrying down the Liffey, the River Liffey. We're going to walk along here, and we're going to start to approach some of the Dublin bridges. And Dublin, the River Liffey is known for having some pretty striking or famous bridges along the way. What's happening out here? Now, around here, what we're coming into, before we get up to this bridge, and I'll talk to you about this bridge in a little minute, what we're coming up to is the IFSC. Yeah, the IFSC is the, I'm assuming international financial, oh God, what does this stand for? Let me look it up. I should have done some sort of research before we started this. International Financial Services Center. So it's like a little, it's like, what's the English equivalent? Like, Dockland? No. Is it Canary Wharf? I don't know. I don't know anything about England. It's like the equivalent of like Wall Street in the United States. So it's really wealthy companies, yeah, like Price Waterhouse Cooper, and who else would you get? Like all the big banks, like all these fuckers who are basically just causing financial misery for so many people around the world. That's where they're based. And I'm going to show you something really interesting about the IFC in a minute when we come to these statues down here. But this is, yeah, if you go across into the, you know, parallel to this, you're going to find all these like really wealthy businesses who have really fancy buildings, who leave their lights on all night and just absolutely hemorrhage the planet. and they're profiting off people's misery, and they're profiting off people's losses. And so that's the IFSC. It's beautiful. It's wonderful. Watch out! Oh my god, we nearly hit that guy. Where did he go? Oh shit. Oh my god, did I hit him? You can't tell anyone. You cannot tell anyone that I just hit this guy, because I can't find him now. So if we carry on, let's take a little jaunt and see what's happening further on down the Liffey. God, look at this traffic. Do you know what? Dublin traffic at the best of times is just ridiculously awful and terrible. It's one of the things I hate about Dublin. It's one of the things that would drive me to leave here, is this poxy traffic, and how it's just so insanely terribly bad all the time, except at the moment because everyone's in lockdown. So all this stuff, I went down the quays yesterday, and oh my god, none of this. Look at this traffic. This traffic is like this all the time. All the time it's like this. It's not just rush hour. It is crazy. It is crazy. Such a pain in the ass. Okay, so we're coming down now. Look what we have here. The Samuel Beckett Bridge. This is like the newest bridge along the Liffey. I'm going to show you because it's very important to me. Can I get a good view of it? I've got trees in front. Oh my god, I can't get you a good view. Can I? Come on, Google, bring me over here. No. Okay, so this bridge here. Let's take a little. Let's cross it. Will we cross it? Oh, that'd be nice. So this river, this Samuel Beckett thing, obviously named after the infamous Samuel Beckett. And the way it's supposed to look like a harp. It's supposed to look like a giant harp. And if we can find the right position here, you'll see that. But we're obviously not going to be able to get into the right position. I might have to show you later. But it's a really beautiful bridge. And what's really interesting is it opens, and the way it opens is, a lot of bridges that open, they kind of open like that, like kind of cantilever thing. But this one swivels, it swings round, it pivots on this down the other end on one end of the harp. It's lovely. It was built in, I believe, Holland or somewhere in Europe, and it was shipped here. And so you can actually Google this. You can find photos of when they brought the bridge in. It's a giant bridge, and they brought it in on boats, and you could see it floating down the river to bring into place. It was really amazing. Love it. So what way do you want to go? Will we go down? Oh, I'm going to bring you down this way because I want to show you the famine memorial, which is really, really cool. Let's see if I can find where I'm going. Am I lost again? I get lost in Dublin all the time, even though I've lived here like 12 years. So if we carry on down here again, look, this is the IFSC. You're going to see all these basically every company here is making millions, if not billions of euro profit, and just absolutely ruining us. Look, who's that? A&L Goodbody. I was going to say P&L Goodbody. A&L Goodbody. Do you know all these names that you know and you don't actually really know what they do? I'll tell you what they do. They skim off everyone else's money. They live off the proletariat. So fuck them. So if we carry on down here, here's the Spencer Hotel. This is where me and my son go swimming. So this is technically our gym, although we generally just use the swimming pool. Lovely little place, part of the IFSC. But as we come down here, look, here's Eddie Rockets, which is a nice fast food place. Here's a sushi place, which I've eaten a few times. Here's Milano, a pizza place. If you live in England and you know Pizza Express, that's what Milano is. Milano is like the Irish Pizza Express, even though it sounds Italian. See how we've got so many tourists here? I bet this was taken on like a Friday. So you've got all the Airbnbers who are trying to find their apartments, because you have lots of people in the IFSC. There's lots of apartments in the IFSC, and people rent them out on Airbnb because it's basically they're all owned by companies, and they're all owned by wealthy bastards who just own apartments and make loads of money off Airbnb. And so they're all fucked now. With this COVID stuff, they're all gonna, all their income is going to be absolutely destroyed, and they're going to be struggling. Yeah. So in the same way that that I suppose Airbnb themselves are going to be. Yeah. whoops, what am I doing? I'm clicking the wrong button. So we're gonna head up. So the other things that are down there is that we have, there's a bunch of food places down that stretch. There's a couple burrito places. There's a few shops and stuff, and then you can actually get the Lewis, which is like our tram system, is just over here. So that's a nice little spot down there, despite all the IFSC businesses. But let's stroll down. I want to bring you to the famine memorial, because I love this. But I think it's much further down, or a little bit further down. So as we carry on down, let's just have a look back, see if we can see. Oh, look at this! What a beautiful day! I am loving this. I am loving this. This is just what I needed, some vitamin D. So if we scroll down again, we got more IFSC stuff. And then down here, and this boarding has been up here like for as long as I can remember. I don't know when they're going to do it. Here's a nice little hotel. I'll tell you a story about this hotel. I stayed in this hotel back when I used to drink, and so in my 20s, and I got so drunk that I ended up, me and someone else, we ended up checking into this hotel, and I don't, I have no recollection of checking into it or anything. So I woke up in the hotel the next day in Juries, and I was still quite drunk. And I went downstairs and said, "Can I check out?" And they're like, "What's your name?" "Simon Scriver." "What's your room?" I was like, "I don't know." And they checked, and they're like, "There's no Simon Scriver staying here." And so I checked in under a fake name, which I then forgot. So that's my experience at that hotel. Okay, let's carry on down. Let's take a stroll. Look, we're coming up to another bridge here. This is the oh my god, I don't know what this bridge is called. Can someone remind me? This bridge is it's just simply a little pedestrian bridge. It's lovely. It's a nice, convenient thing to cross. It's like the second bridge as we come down this way. And as we carry on down, what you're going to see shortly is the famine memorial. Where is it? Here it is. Okay. See that? You can just about see it. So these people, so it's statues set up to look like men and women and children, and even there's a dog there, during the famine, during the Irish famine, which was obviously caused by the British. And so you can see, look, here, this gent is just posing for a photo with the people who are walking and starving to death. But it's a really striking piece of art, that just sits there in the middle. And it's really interesting. But one of the things that I love about it is that it's right next to the IFSC. And so actually what you can see here is across the river there, that big building is Ulster Bank. We've got a lot of law firms and stuff here. And then over here, we've got like banks. There's the IFSC. What is this actual building? It's probably something to do with the IFSC house. So you're going to have other businesses in here. So overlooking, the famine memorial, representing the time where Ireland was fucked over, and where just so many people dying and so many people struggling because of inequality and because of persecution by wealthy people. What you have is the IFSC, which is the modern version of that, is all these big businesses and all these corporates who are just raping the planet. They look over this famine memorial, and I think that kind of juxtaposition is really interesting, and I love that they've done that. It's fascinating. Look at this. They do vintage tea tours around Dublin. I've always wanted to do this, and I've never had a chance to do it, but it's on my list. So we're going to carry on down here. And there's not much as we cross this bridge here, so now it might be a good time for you to go and make a little donation to me for my 2.6 challenge. But what we can see here is it's just a nice view. Let me see if I can get a good view down the river. You can't really get the view down the river. I mean, I like that we have those trees there, but it's kind of messing up my my view at the moment, isn't it? Or your view, especially if you've never been to Dublin. So let's carry on. Let's see what we got. We're carrying on down here. Oh, where are we? Yeah, we'll carry on. Oh no, I think we'll cross the bridge back there, will we? Yeah, come on, let's cross over, because what we're doing is we're heading over to Stephen's Green, which is on the south side. Look at this traffic. Look at this traffic, and look at these dipshits who are stopped in the yellow box. Yeah, no good. I cannot. You know what? I've actually forgotten how bad the traffic was in Dublin. Thank God. Thank God we don't have to deal with that at the moment. So we cross the bridge. Let's cross the bridge. And look, we're going to get a lovely view. Look at this fucking guy in the middle of the road. No helmet, headphones on, so he can't hear shit, and he's on one of these stupid brainer of a thing, little scooters. Silly Billy. Silly Billy. Anyway, look, down there you can just about see the Samuel Beckett Bridge that I was talking about, that kind of harp shape. It's kind of difficult to see the harp version of it. And then down on the other end, we have, some more bridges coming up. But we're going to actually take a snaky road down here. We're going to watch out for this ambulance. Look at this building. I like this building. It's a creche or a school. And they've got it painted like a big jigsaw. Is it still in operation? I think it is, yeah. It's lovely. So, hey, Red Shoes. What's going on? What's going on, Red Shoes? Where are you off to? Skinny legs. Okay, let's head down here. Now, this is kind of a weird road to go, but let's do it. It's like a little back alley. Oh, let me see if I can find this squirrel for you. Oh, no, that's on the next one. Look at this. Look at, like, all the broken windows and stuff. Dublin is like, I love Dublin, but it's such a mix of stuff. You've got like really fancy, wealthy buildings. This used to be Ulster Bank until Ulster Bank got like lost so much money because of reckless spending and reckless management. I'm not sure what it is now. I think Ulster Bank still have a place in there, but generally they've been hoisted by their own petard, as my sister would say. But then you see, across the road, you've got this derelict building in a country, in a city where people can't afford anywhere to live. All right, come on, let's roll down. Look, here's this dude again. He's going to get himself killed. He's crazy. Actually, he's going the same speed as us. All right. Okay, so we cross down here. Here's the train station. This is Tara Street train station. There's a nice little pub if you're into that. And then what I wanted to show you, I think it might be gone by the time this photo's there. Oh, it's gone. And do you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go back in time to show you this. So this is an amazing mural that was up there. And let me show you the past, because you can go, one of the cool things about Google Street View is you can go back in time. Look, that's before it was done. That's before it's done. And then look at this. Look at this. It's a giant squirrel. See that? That's what it was, and it was like a 3D squirrel, like coming off the wall and going off the edge of it. And then this is what it's like now, and I'll tell you exactly who we're going to blame. And I think you know where this is going. It's going to be another capitalist rant from me. Oh wait, no, I have to bring it more recent. Oh, I've lost it. I've lost today now. Jesus, how do I get it back to today? Oh no, this is today. No, it's not today. September. Actually, maybe we'll just leave it in the past. But basically, they ended up pulling that off because they're building some shit here. They're building more office space, I bet, which now they're not going to be able to fill because of this COVID stuff. So this art is lost forever, except in photos, which is a massive bummer. But that's what you get. That's what you get when you put the profits of these big companies in front of everything else. So anyway, let's stroll down here. We're going to go the wrong way down a one-way street. Wrong way down a one-way street, as Daft Lemmy would say. So if we go down here, here's the Irish Times building. This is where the Irish Times news comes from. Bunch of taxis. Can you believe the traffic? Is anyone watching this who's not from Dublin? Are you like, do you feel like this traffic is bad or not? Maybe, I suppose most cities stuff like this, but oh god, it's just such a bummer. Let's snake down here, will we? So we're obviously on the south side of Dublin now. We keep going down the wrong way of the streets, but that's okay. Look at all these people just carrying on, all of them oblivious. You're all going to be in lockdown in a few months. Poor chaps. Do you see how many suitcases there are? Isn't that weird? There was a period in Dublin where whenever I was outside, I'd always see people carrying boxes of cereal, and that's died down a bit. But still, you do still see people with boxes of cereal. But actually, yeah, there's a lot of suitcases. So let's head down here. We'll cross down here. This is a crazy junction. So they built, or are still building, all these change of roads. There's bus lanes here. There's the Lewis. Our tram system comes down here. Lots of pedestrians, lots of cars. It's all very higgledy-piggledy. Here's a good pub I used to drink in back when I drank. Doyle's. It's a nice little pub, and they do live music sometimes and things like that. It's nice. It's delightful. So we're going to head down here. Which way we go? That road is closed, so it's probably not wise if we go down there. Let's head down this way towards Grafton Street, because remember, we're heading towards Stephen's Green. So this is the way we want to go. If I can get around this bloody bend. Oh my God, this is such a nightmare. Even to cross the road in Street View, it's difficult. Look, I can't get across the road. Let me across. Okay, I'm going to have to drop myself. Yeah. There we go. Okay, so we come around here. So there's Doyle's just on the corner there. It's a nice little position. But we're going to carry on down. Oh, look, here's Trinity College. So, that's just a little part of it. If I take you back here a bit, you'll see, you can't really see it. See how much construction there is and everything. What a bummer. But on the other side of that is Trinity College, and we're going to pass the gates of Trinity College. But basically, it takes up like a whole block in the middle of Dublin City, and so you can see it. So if we carry on around here, there's tour buses, there's the Lewis tracks. We're going to be going around here and just seeing what's going on. There's Trinity. It's starting to look more like the Trinity we know, which is those classic buildings. And there's our tram system. There's the Lewis. What are they advertising on the buses back then? Ooh, Vermeer. See how busy it is? Lots of people waiting for dates out here. Presumably there's the front gates of Trinity College. There she is, the elite, beautiful Trinity College. And so there's the door there. You can actually walk in. I don't think we can walk in on Street View though. But look at all these people. People meet here all the time. They meet at the gates of Trinity. Look at this guy.
Oh, Google Maps, eh?
Like he's chuffed because he knows he's just been snapped on Google Maps. It's like his lifelong dream. Who else we got? All these blurry faced tourists. And these are going to be mainly tourists around here now. See the camera and stuff, because it's a tourist field. They've gone to see the Book of Kells, I imagine. But it's a nice spot, isn't it? I mean, it's a bit busy and there's a bit, few too many traffic cones for my liking and things like that. But it's I do love Dublin City. It's fantastic. So if we carry on down, there's the tourist office. You don't need that because you have my wealth of knowledge. But if we stroll down here, let's just see what's going on. This guy's cleaning. There's the Irish Whiskey Museum, if you're into that. There's another tourist office, or maybe it's part of the same one. Look at these little kiddies on their little trip to Dublin. So we're carrying on down here. We're going to be coming up to Grafton Street here, which is what we're going to cut up on our way to Stephen's Green. Oh, Ulster Bank, is that where they moved? Oh no, I think that's just one of their branches. Oh, the banks are all in trouble. Okay, so now we come to Grafton Street, which is like the famous shopping street of Dublin. This is where the tourists come. You get a lot of buskers. This is where people, the wealthy people, shop sometimes. Well, in particular in this shop coming up here, which is Brown Thomas. Okay, Weir and Sons is like a famous jewelry shop, which is whatever. But Brown Thomas is like the famous shop of Ireland, of Dublin, and it's shit. It is so shit. It just is like the most overpriced shit. And then the whole section dedicated to like those Nescafe fucking pods. It's the worst place in the world. And people love it. They do like a big Christmas display every year, and all the rich arseholes go in and they buy their Christmas shopping there, even though it's like a quarter of the price across the road. And it's just everything that's wrong with the world at the moment. But it's really famous. And so, it's worth checking out if you're here. But it is shit. I fucking hate it. There's Marks and Spencer's, nice little restaurant upstairs there on the top floor. If you're looking for cheap and really good food, go up to the top floor there. Look how busy Grafton Street is. Oh, I wonder what it's like at the moment. It's dead. Oh, it's sad, isn't it? All these people out. Do you know what? This is kind of making me forget about COVID-19 a little bit, because I feel like I'm amongst the crowds. Oh, what are you all doing? What's your plan for the day, guys? Where are you going? These are all tourists. Almost all of them. And they have these flower sellers around on the street. And they're all like salt of the earth people selling flowers. It's like a really nice atmosphere. And I think they were talking about getting rid of them. Definitely on one of the other streets where we have a lot of old school street sellers. They were talking about getting rid of them. And it's just like, give me a fucking break. The other thing about this, again, this is going to turn it, this whole thing is just a capitalist round. This Brown Thomas, well, not this isn't specifically about Brown Thomas, but there's a charity shop at the top of the street. I'm going to show you. Oxfam have a shop at the top of the street. And people complain about them having a shop there because it lowers the tone of the street because they're a charity, and people question how they can afford to have a shop there and everything. And then you've got places like Brown Thomas and Pandora and all this crap who are like given a pass on the same things. It's crazy. So let's keep going on. Let's see who's around. There's another mobile phone shop. Ooh. People are dressed quite summery, aren't they? I just noticed someone in a short sleeve top. Okay, Lex doing a bit of shopping in her banana top. Where are you going? Oh, look, Victoria's Secrets are now hiring. If anyone's interested. God, I'm all over the place. What is that? Is that a dinosaur? No, but so if we come on down here, let's see what else is going on Grafton Street. Oh, it's a lovely street. It used to be those red cobblestones, and then they got rid of them. And now it's just these grey blocks. I tried to get on a hold of a bunch of the red cobblestones because we were going to auction them for charity, and didn't happen. And I don't know where they are. Either someone's hoarding them, or they probably just fucked them all in the skip. There's Swatch. This guy's. See how many blue shirts are around Dublin? I'm just going to pop in and get a drink. Okay, I'm back. Oh, great ice cream place, Gino's. There's two of them on Grafton Street, and they do the best ice cream. Is there a queue? Yeah, look, it's crazy busy because they're so good, and because look, the weather is cracking, so people want an ice cream. Look how busy this is. This is nuts. Look, a busker, so they get a busker here. What's he doing? Let's see if we can penetrate the crowd and see what's going. Probably not, because that would mean that Google Street View had to charge through. Sometimes up here you get this guy who does like the limbo. He does like a limbo, and he gets down to like a few inches off the ground. Like he goes under this thing. I don't know what we got here. This is the Stephen's Green Shopping Centre, and so if we come around here, we might be able to see what they're doing. No. I'm not going to take you into the Stephen's Green Shopping Centre because it's just another bunch of shops. But to finish up, what we'll do is we'll just we'll take a stroll into Stephen's Green if we can, because it's a lovely little park. Do they let us in? Ah, we're barred. They don't let us in. Oh no, they do. I just have to drag it. So let's take us into Stephen's Green and see what's happening in there. Oh, I haven't been to Stephen's Green since the COVID-19 stuff. Oh, this is lovely. It's such a nice park. There's our big rock, and look at these tourists. What are they doing? They're looking around. Let's see if we can find a duck. Will we? If I can find a duck, I'll finish happy. Let's see if I can even get through here. No, I have to go down here. Okay. Oh, what's that? Oh, God. Look at these guys. Imagine if we were walking along and I just saw myself. That would be creepy. That would be like a Twilight Zone. This guy's cycling. No, I'll carry on down here, will we? Let's see what's going on. And then over here. Oh, this is lovely. Look at the sun bursting through the trees. Oh, sorry, man. Didn't mean to just like rock up in front of your face. Okay, we'll just do a little circumnavigate of Stephen's Green and then we'll finish it up. But this is a great park. It's lovely. It's chilled. It seems to be quite quiet at the moment, which I'm guessing they probably took these photos early in the morning or something. Oh, this image was taken in 2017, so they haven't actually done Stephen's Green for a while. There's some people cleaning it up. I think we're going to end up getting lost in here. Do you know that? Be good to take you to the central bit. Let's see if I can get you to the central fountain bit, and then we can start to wrap it up. This is nice. Yeah. So look, this is the center bit of it that a lot of people hang out in. When I used to work not far from here, I would eat my lunch there and stuff sometimes. But they've got a bunch of fountains. There's a lot going on. Got some statues around, and then they've got people with ponytails like this that you can come and see and mock. But it's nice, isn't it? Look at them tending the grass. Ooh, plant. This is lovely. Fantastic. And they must have just been doing something there. There's the fountain. Let's see if we... the fountain. Shall we throw a penny in and make a wish? No. Give that money to my fundraiser. So there you go. That's Dublin. I hope you enjoyed this little walking tour of Dublin. If you feel like making a donation to Making Connections, then please do follow the link. That's my walking tour of Dublin. We might come back and do another walking tour, different area of Dublin, or even a different country. Let's see. But thank you very much for joining me. That's been great fun. And that's my 2.6 challenge done. We walked 2.6 kilometers. Isn't that amazing? So there you go.